today I am off to host a menopause workshop, and the workshop is specifically designed for women who are struggling with the menopause. I have about 4 ladies I know that are coming. One of them has very high blood pressure, another is just really suffering with the hot sweats. As far as I'm aware, they're not on any HRT or bios. We have a doctor coming in on Skype or Zoom conferencing, which is my preferred. That wasn't me either, that was the dishwasher. Okay. And we're going to be chatting today about how they can actually reduce their symptoms with exercise and with food choices. And the doctor's going to be chatting about bioidenticals, that's his speciality, but also touching on HRT, which is an often confusing message and is a little bit worrying because in 2020 we have a shortage. Help. What's going to happen with those hot sweats? So watch this space. Let's go that way. So here we are at my hotel, and again we are talking menopause, and this is a subject that's certainly talked about so much more than it used to be. It is in the news headlines, especially with the HRT being in shortage, which for some of us is quite disturbing, and you think about those hot sweats and how they can be completely overwhelming. But today we're doing an exercise session, so something a little bit different, so take a look. We are going to be using some resistance bands. So I'm a big believer in resistance band training for women, in enabling them to strengthen the muscle around the bone, but also get blood flow to the bone, which in turn strengthens the bone itself. Now, resistance training will increase the ability to burn more fat at rest, because obviously the more lean tissue we have, the less body fat we have. So today we're really going to be concentrating on doing a nice little workout. I'm going to be explaining the tools that are used for my workouts, which happen to be resistance bands for the legs, the short ones here. I also use cables. So cables for the leg is this attachment here, and you wrap it around your ankles. A waist trainer I wear for the ladies that really want to shape up and see some results. And here, body fat monitor, a skin fold measurer, and also the circumferences. And it's really important when you start a program to make sure that you have a starting point. Now, this is absolutely essential to monitor how you're going, because quite often we as women have a lot of self-doubt and we don't often give ourselves credit. So by measuring not only body fat, body mass index, circumferences and skin folds, we can see where we're really losing the weight. So I've bought some healthy snacks today. Some dark chocolate, which is high in magnesium, also high in antioxidants, that's 85%. Mixed nuts, organic, a selection of crunchy fruits, also your fruits, and some beautiful detox teas. Now these are superb, with milk thistle in there, there's some fennel, there's some peppermint, and also dandelion root, supporting the liver, supporting the kidneys, also the stomach as well, and the intestines. And in here we have the B12 energy drinks that I use on my body cleanse. Now what these do is replace caffeine. So caffeine can really interfere with the absorption of nutrition. Okay, so in the body cleanse, we take the ladies off the caffeine so their gut becomes more susceptible to really absorbing those nutrients. And we have vegan fibre in the cleanse, and also a protein shake. Now the protein shake has 20 essential vitamins and minerals. It's not a shake diet, and the reason why we use the shake is purely to get those nutrients in the body. No one ever seems to have time to feed themselves regularly throughout the day, so I'm going to give the ladies some top tips on that too. Everyone is individual. Not one woman having a lot of soya is necessarily going to hold a lot of fat, but it's best to just bear it in mind. So if you do have some weight gain and you are having soy milk, try taking it out, but have the natural soya bean, because it's not processed. So again, that's supporting your lack of estrogen. It's building your phytoestrogens without having that interference of the possible weight gain. Turmeric, also a great hormone balancer. I cook with turmeric. Do any of these? Also important for any aches and pains. Eating foods rich in calcium, vitamin D. Okay, to achieve that healthy body weight, you need to be looking at eating lots of vegetables and fruit. Fruit is an interesting factor because you don't want to have too much fruit because again it is sugar, but it is a natural sugar that can be processed by the body and used for energy. Now when we talk about vegetables, we want big, thick, green leafy vegetables as much as possible, as opposed to peas and sweet corn and carrots, which are high in sugar. Yes, they're good for you, but you're better off thinking of those leafy vegetables that have the nutrients really packed into them. Avoid your trigger foods. So your trigger foods are going to be anything that brings on any of the symptoms that we listed, or some of them on here. You only know by noting down and keeping a diary. Very important to work out what your trigger food is and then minimize it or just delete it from your regime. Exercising regularly. Well, I love this one. Yeah. So the tools that you can use are before you. You can use the gym. You can use the outside environment. We can do it, but we must treat it like a business. The more you think about the muscle itself that you're working, the more you're going to activate the fibers, and then that will produce the increase of the lean mass. So mind to muscle connection, absolutely essential.